Alright, picture this. You just wrapped up a banger shoot and you can't wait to start editing some of the photos and videos. So then you rush back home, insert your SD card into the computer, but then you get hit with this. And if you're like me, you've probably got a stack of these external hard drives already, and you're probably thinking there has to be a better way to store and organize your files. And I'm here to tell you there is. And the solution is a NAS. So firstly, what is a NAS? And this stands for Network Attached Storage. And basically, this is an all-in-one storage solution that you'll connect to your home network, and this will allow you to access your files from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. So basically, you can think of your NAS as your very own cloud server, so something like Dropbox or Google Drive, but without the monthly fees. On top of the accessibility options, NAS systems also provide the ability to easily scale the amount of storage that you need, because all NASs will offer multiple hard drive bays, giving you the flexibility and control of determining how much storage you'll actually need for your content workflow. These NAS storage systems are also great when working in a team, because multiple people can access and work from the same NAS at the same time. So for example, I can transfer video files from my computer to the NAS via Ethernet, and then my editor can connect to the NAS from the comfort of his home, and he can take the files directly off the NAS and start editing them in Premiere Pro. But now that we have a better understanding of what a NAS is, I wanted to quickly cover my previous storage workflow and what led me to even considering a NAS in the first place. And just a quick background on me so you have a bit more context of my needs, but basically I'm a full-time content creator that works with brands and businesses for a living, and on top of that I have my own online education company where I teach everyday people the skills necessary to becoming profitable content creators. So personally for me, I'm creating new content every single day, and I shoot all of this content with higher end mirrorless cameras, meaning the file sizes are not small. And before, my storage workflow consisted of finishing a shoot, dumping all of the files into custom folders that I created on 2 external hard drives. Because personally for me, I would always buy 2 external hard drives at a time so that I could mirror them to ensure if one of the drives failed, I'll always have a backup. And as you can see, I've accumulated a bunch of these drives over the years, and even though this system has worked, there are some cons to storing your files like this. So firstly, organization. And this is by far the biggest con, because it seemed like that the more photos and videos I took, the more unorganized I'd become. And even though I always ensured to have a backup on my files, at times I would get confused on where a certain file was, and this would lead to a lot of confusion and time wasted trying to search through all my different drives. Whereas with a NAS system, I'm able to have all of my files in one central hub, making the process of archiving and searching for files a lot more seamless. But now, another con to using external hard drives is that they are a lot more fragile, and they are notorious for getting corrupted or failing. I've personally had 2 hard drives get corrupted, and I had to reformat them to actually use them again. And as many of you know, when you format your SD cards or your hard drives, you do lose all the data on them. Whereas with a NAS system, you have access to multiple drives within one location, so if one of the drives do fail, you can easily replace the drive without having to format the whole system. And on top of that, since you have multiple drives within the same storage system, this will allow you to create redundancy and backups to ensure your files are safe and sound. But now, another con with external hard drives is that they need to be plugged in directly into your computer to use them, which is a massive downside for creators like myself who travel a lot for work. And a big benefit and reason that I'm switching over to a NAS storage system is the ability to access all of my data from anywhere in the world with just a Wi-Fi connection. But now, the last con about using external hard drives is that they aren't cross-platform friendly, and this basically means that you can't use the same hard drives across both Windows and Mac computers without first formatting the drive or using special softwares. So for example, I personally use all Mac devices, but my editor uses a Windows computer, and in the past we had many issues trying to transfer files to each other because of the limitations of our external hard drives. Whereas with a NAS system, it doesn't matter what computer you and your team are using, because anyone who is connected to the network will be able to access and download all the files. But now that we have a better understanding of what a NAS is and the different pros and cons of using a NAS system over external hard drives, let's cover the NAS system that I'll be using. And this is the TVS672XT from QNAP, and this specific NAS has 6 hard drive bays, which provides me with many options when it comes to storage and backup solutions. And some key features that I'm really excited about with this particular NAS is that it's powered by an 8th generation Intel Core processor, it offers 8GB of RAM, and it has multiple ports on the back, including 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, which allows for high bandwidth connectivity for tackling heavy loads like editing 4K videos, which is something I do all the time. And just a quick disclaimer, the team at QNAP were kind enough to send this out to me for testing and to ensure that a NAS workflow was right for me. So I just want to say a massive shout out to the team at QNAP. But now in terms of the actual hard drives, Seagate was kind enough to send me out 4 4TB IronWolf Pro drives. And these specific drives are the perfect combo with a NAS system because they are suitable for all RAID storage solutions and they are built to be able to run 24/7. These IronWolf Pro drives have a workload rate of up to 550 terabytes per year, allowing for commercial and enterprise NAS users to seamlessly store, share, and collaborate on large amounts of data over a network. On top of all of that, Seagate also includes a 5-year warranty, and they also offer a 3-year rescue data recovery service. And I've personally used multiple Seagate external hard drives since the start of my career, and they've always been in my list of recommendations for anyone who creates video and photography content on a regular basis. With that being said, I have left links to the Seagate drives and the QNAP NAS in the description of this video, so be sure to check them out if you're interested in getting the same setup. But now that we've covered the exact setup I'll be testing out and the pros of using a NAS system for your storage workflow, there are 2 cons that you should be aware of, so let's quickly cover them. So firstly is going to be the price, because when it comes to purchasing a NAS, you're only paying for the actual system itself, and generally they don't include any storage. So depending on your needs, you will need to invest a bit of money to start benefiting from a NAS system like this. But the great thing about QNAP is that they offer many different NAS solutions depending on your storage needs. On top of that, Seagate also offers many different drive options, so you do have a lot of choices when it comes to finding a NAS system that fits within your budget. And to demonstrate this point even further, I tallied up the amount of money I've spent on external hard drives throughout my career, and the total was over $3,500. So looking back, I would have been way better off investing into a NAS system when I first started, because I would have avoided all the headaches and data loss that I experienced over the years of using multiple external hard drives. But now, the second con to consider when investing into a NAS is that there is a slight learning curve. So for example, with external hard drives, it's pretty damn simple to use. All you need to do is plug it in and it's ready to go. Whereas with a NAS system, there are a lot more options that you can do, which can sometimes feel a little overwhelming, so that is something to consider. But from my personal testing as someone who has never used a NAS before, QNAP has done a great job in simplifying the whole process, and I was able to set everything up with no issues in just a few hours. But now, in summary, if you're serious about content creation and if you're looking for a reliable and scalable storage solution, then a NAS system like the TVS672XT from QNAP is definitely something to consider. With that being said, I will be testing out this workflow over the next few weeks, and once I've battle tested everything, I will be creating a part 2 of this video, so if you don't want to miss that, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, just a quick reminder, I have left links to all the gear that was mentioned throughout this video, all in the description below. But as always, if you have any additional questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.